Education system has been termed as unequal, wasteful, exploitative and capitalistic. In a detailed report, Elimu Bora working group has faulted the country for failing to provide a comprehensive national education policy and sustainable financing plan to end inequalities and reliance on parents and private sector players to develop infrastructure. The group is calling for the establishment of a national education fund to address the persistent challenge of underfunding.
The state of the country's education sector in the 21st century featured prominently during the launch of a framework to guide minimum standards and principles of education. The report by civil societies under the Elimu Bora working group singled out a myriad of challenges ailing the education sector, namely deep-rooted inequality, incoherent policy and philosophy, lack of a predictable approach to curriculum development, optimal standards for provision of quality education, overarching goals and vision, class segregation, as well as lack of guiding principles and concrete objectives.
If you don't have standards that guide your education system, infrastructure, the learning environment, the quality of teaching, then anything goes.
The report also faulted previous reform task forces for failing to address the scarcity of financial resources to schools, infrastructure, and basic philosophies of education based on Kenyan culture.
Education financing has not been given its proper attention, and the ugly consequences that you've seen. In fact, part of even the attempt now to move from the 844 to what is now called the CBC can largely be attributed to underfunding.
To fully reform the education system, the group is proposing the establishment of a national education fund funded by the taxpayer, a comprehensive national education policy, full implementation of free and compulsory basic education, establishing a framework for transparency and accountability, as well as prioritizing education for the next 20 years.
Any reform process going forward would be best served by all the stakeholders being in the picture and actively participating in those processes.
It's time the country had a sound philosophy, vision and goal that's critical to the education of our children and our society.
Meanwhile, UASU Secretary General Constantine Wasonga has poked holes on the new funding model in institutions of higher learning.
UASU is not represented in presidential working party reforms. Yes, the majority of the vice chancellors were there, but they are not members of UASU. As a union, we gave our views